guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this super cute handbag. Let's get started. Alright, so the materials that we're going to need today is our t-shirt yarn. I got this from Amazon. I'll make sure to link it down below. Also, I'm using a 7mm crochet hook, and also we're going to need stitch markers. Alright, so to get started, we're going to go ahead and start off with a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 65. Alright, so here I'm just showing you the 65 chains that I've made. And from here, what we're going to do is start row 1. Now for row 1, what we're going to begin with is 8 slip stitches. Then we're going to do 48 single crochets. And then we're going to do 8 slip stitches. So here I'm showing you the slip stitch. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And once you get to 8, make sure to get your stitch marker and mark that spot. This will help so that way when you're doing the rest of your rows, you know exactly where to start your slip stitches instead of having to count it out every time. And then once we finish those 8 slip stitches, we're going to go ahead and move on to the 48 single crochets. I'm going to show you that again. Go through the loop or the chain, pull up a loop, and then pull your yarn through those 2 loops on your hook. So go through the chain, pull up a loop, pull the yarn through those 2 loops, and that's your single crochet. Again, you're going to repeat this until you've done a total of 48 single crochets, and then we're going to begin the last 8 slip stitches. Okay, so I just finished my 48 single crochets, and now I'm just counting out the last chains just to make sure there's 8 left. And from here, I'm going to start my slip stitches. And once you do that first slip stitch, make sure that you put a stitch marker there so that way you can mark that position for the rounds to come, so that way you don't have to count it out each time. So I forgot to do so in this portion, but I do go back and put one in. And then again, I'm just completing my 8 slip stitches, and then once you get to the very end, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now we're beginning row number 2. We're going to start off with 8 slip stitches. And then after we finish the 8 slip stitches, remember to put your stitch marker. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet, and then you're going to do 47 linked single crochets, and then another 8 slip stitches. Chain 1, turn your work. So I'm going to show you exactly, once I get to that part, how we do the linked single crochet. Alright, so now that we've completed our slip stitches, I'm going to go ahead and start off with 1 single crochet, going through the back loop only. And then we're going to do the linked single crochet, which is also through the back loop only. But first, we're going to go through the loop that we've just created with the single crochet, which I'm pointing out now. And then we're going to go through the next chain, back loop only, pull up a loop, then pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And that's a linked single crochet. I'm going to go ahead and show you again. Go through the loop that we just made with that single crochet or linked single crochet. Go to the next chain, back loop only, pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, pull through all 3 loops, and then you have another linked single crochet. You're going to do this 47 times until you get to the last 8 slip stitches from the prior row, and then you're going to do 8 slip stitches. So I'm going to show you a couple more times of how to do the linked single crochet, so that way you can get the gist. All right, so I just completed the 47 link single crochets. So now I'm going back and starting off with my slip stitch, that one slip stitch, which I mark right away, so that way I know exactly where to go back to and start these slip stitches for the rounds to come. And then from here, again, you're making a total of 8 slip stitches. You're going to chain 1 and then turn your work. You're going to repeat this for multiple rounds until you have a length of 10 inches. Again, it's going to come out to 10 inches. I'm going to show you that when I measure it out with my measuring tape. So it's going to be 10 inches long. So you just continue on. I didn't actually count out how many rows I did just to avoid any confusion. I had problems with that with one of my duffel bag videos, or the duffel bag video that I made. So I would rather just measure it out just to make it a lot easier. And everyone hates counting anyway. I know I hate counting it out. So like it's so much better when you could just measure it. I am still showing you again what I'm doing. You're repeating exactly what you did before. The after you've turned your work, you're doing the 8 slip stitches. You of course put your stitch marker back on that last stitch, the last slip stitch, and then from there you're going to start off with 1 single crochet, and then you're going to do 47 linked single crochets. So I've showed you how to do that. I'm showing you a little bit more here, just so again you can get the gist of it, but you're going to be repeating this for the whole body of the bag, and again it's going to come out to 10 inches. All right, so we've completed the body of the bag. I'm just showing you here that we've completed all of our rows. I'm going to measure it out, and you'll see here that it turned out to be, again, 10 inches, which is how long yours should be as well. If you're following this tutorial to the T, you can always make alterations, make it a little bit shorter if you would like. That doesn't change anything really as far as the pattern. You're still going to be doing the sides the same way. It would just change, you know, how wide you want your bag to be, essentially, because we're going to be folding this hot dog style, or not hot dog style, I guess it would be more so hamburger style. Yeah, we're folding hamburger style like this. And then from here we're going to start working on the sides of the bag. Now I showed you this just because, like, if you wanted to, you could hypothetically just sew the sides together here, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to add some extra to the sides just to form it more into this really cute shape. It kind of helps keep the bag shape a little bit better, I would say, rather than if you were to just like weave in the sides. All right, so make sure that you chain 1 first, and then again turn your work. And then for the sides of your bag, what we're going to start off and do is 30 slip stitches. Then we're going to decrease by 4 and then do 30 slip stitches. Chain 1, turn your work. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what that looks like. We already know how slip stitches go, so I'm going to show you that really quick, and then we're going to get to the decreases and I will show you exactly how I got that done. So I completed my 30 slip stitches. Now we're going to go ahead and do the decrease. So we're going to go back loop only, pull up a loop, back loop only of the next chain, pull up a loop, back loop only of the next chain, pull up a loop, back loop only of the next chain, pull up a loop. Now we have a total of 5 loops on our hook. We pull up a loop and then go through all 5 loops on our hook. And then we're going to complete another 30 slip stitches, chain 1, and turn your work for row 2 of the sides. And that will be the last row for the sides. Alright, so now we're starting row 2 of the sides, and it's pretty similar, but this time what we're going to do is start off with 28 slip stitches. We're going to decrease by 5 and then do another 28 slip stitches. I will show up again once we get to the decrease, so that way I can walk you through that. Okay, so now we're doing the decrease, And to do so, we're going to go through back loop only, pull up a loop, back loop only, pull up a loop of the next chain, back loop only, pull up a loop, back loop only, pull up a loop, and back loop only, pull up a loop. At this point, you should have a total of 6 loops on your hook, and you're going to pull through all 6 loops. And you only have 6 again because you already had a loop on your hook to begin with, and then you're going through 5 chains through the back loop only and pulling up a loop through each of those 5 chains, which makes a total of 6 chains at the end that you're pulling through completely. And then you're going to go ahead and do 28 slip stitches from there. And then you're just going to chain 1, and then you can go ahead and cut your yarn there. And then we're going to repeat this on the other side of the bag. So these past 2 rows that we just did, we're going to do on the opposite side of the bag as well. Okay, so I completed both sides. Now on the second side that I just completed, I'm just chaining 1 and then cutting the yarn. And then from here, we're just going to go ahead and weave in the sides, so that way we're connecting our bag together. So we're just folding it hamburger style and weaving in the sides, which I'm going to show you exactly how I weaved in my sides. You can do it differently if you'd like, but if you're following this tutorial to a T, I will show you exactly how I weaved in my sides. Okay, so I'm going to be using my curved yarn needle for this, and you're going to go ahead and get your yarn, of course, thread it through your needle. And what we're going to be doing is threading through the back loop only of both sides. So I'm going to show you exactly how we do that. We're going to go through this first back loop, and then we're going to go through the first back loop of the opposing side, as you see here. You're going to leave some of the tail of the yarn out, so that way you don't obviously pull it all the way through. Hold the yarn there with your thumb like I did, and then we're going to go back through those exact same 2 loops again just to secure it and yarn through. And we're going to do that all the way around. We're not going to do the second part where you go through the exact same loops a second time, but you're going to go through the back loop only of the one behind it, the panel behind it if you want to say that, and then just pull it right through. Pretty simple. There's a lot of tutorials on how to do this, different ways that you can do it, different stitches you can do, but this is what I like to do to secure it. So back loop only, and again back loop only, and then just pull it through just one time. You only go through twice in the very beginning, and you're going to do the exact same thing on the other side as well. Make sure you weave in all those straight ends as well, of course, after you're done. But after you've completed your bag, weaved in all your ends, I personally went ahead and added a little emblem or tag that I got off of Amazon. It's a gold emblem and it just says handmade on there, super cute. And then I also have these round clasps. Round ones are so much easier. I went ahead and put those on both sides, and then I went ahead and added a chain to it. That chain was pretty short. You can leave it like that and just have it as like a little cute little handbag. But for me, I added a longer chain so that way it can be a crossbody. So here is the completed bag, super cute. Added the crossbody chain to it. Love the gold accents. Super cute piece. Also, this is another variation. This is the purple one I made first. Super cute with silver detailing to it, and I made the strap myself. I could show you guys how to do that stitch if you want. Let me know in the comments. And here's the red, gray, and black one with the gunmetal pieces to it. Super duper cute. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you all for supporting me and my channel, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. God bless. Bye.